Okay, so for a plus b cubed, the expansion of this, we'll use the binomial theorem. We need Pascal's triangle. I've gone up to the fourth row, that's what I need here, because of course when the second number is that power, we can stop. That's the row we need, those are our coefficients. So I'm going to write out the terms here. So remember, you always start with a here to that highest power. So you start with the first term to that power, so it'll be a cubed. You'll notice I haven't looked at the coefficient because I know the coefficient is always 1 to begin with. Yeah, because there's always 1 in the triangle. So you start off with a to the highest power, b to the lowest power. So it'll be b to the power 0, which I don't need to write because b to the power 0 is 1. Next then, well, the next coefficient is 3, so I'll write that there. And then with the a's, then you start reducing, right? Because it was a cubed to start with. Now it's going to be a squared, so you reduce the a's. And the b's you start increasing, so here is b to the power 0, now it's going to be b to the power 1. Okay, plus then, well, the next coefficient then is 3. A's you're reducing, a cubed, a squared, so now it's going to just be a. B's you're increasing, so b0, b to the power 1, b squared. Finally then, the last coefficient of course is always 1. A's are decreasing, so that's a1, so then it's going to be a0, so you don't need to write it, and b's are increasing, so b0, b1, b squared, b cubed. So there's my expansion there, part A answered. In part B, we're going to use our expansion here to help us to create this here, to expand this, because it's asking us to solve this, but you'll notice it's power cubed. So what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to write 2x plus 3 cubed. Okay, so I'm going to use this expansion to help me, and you'll notice that my a has become 2x, my b has become 3, okay, in that bracket there. So all I've got to do is substitute in, right? So I'll get 2x for a, so a goes in there, that's 2x, and I've got to cube it. So make sure you put in a bracket, okay, because we've got to cube all of 2x, so we've got to cube the 2 and the x, plus then 3 a squared, so that 2x all squared, b then is 3. So it is important to use brackets, as I mentioned a moment ago, because here we've got to square a, of course, and we've got to square all of this, right? Not just the x, we've got to square 2x. Plus then 3, a, which is 2x, b then, which is 3, and then we've got to square it, and then finally then b cubed, which is going to be 3 cubed. Okay, so we can work this out here. Now, 2x cubed, okay, well, if you cube the 2, 2 cubed is 8, 2 times 2 times 2. Check on your calculator, and x then cubed. Let's take our time on this. What I could do, because that number's at the end there, 3, I could bring that to the front. So do 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, and then I'll square in the bracket here. So I'm going to take my time. When I square in the bracket here, that becomes 4x squared. Okay, and then here 3, well, that number at the end there is 9, isn't it? Yeah, that becomes 9. 3 squared is 9 times the 3 here, which will be 27. 3 times 9 is 27. In the bracket then is 2x. And at the end then 3 cubed is 27. So I get 8x cubed. That times that is 36, x squared. 27 times 2 is 54, x plus 27. Okay, now when it comes then to the second bracket, it's very similar terms, aren't they? Except this is a minus 3. Okay, so all I've got to do is look at this. Okay, because the numbers, the values are the same, we're going to have exactly the same values here, but we just have to be careful with the signs. So when I look at, for instance, the first term here, is that going to change here? It's not going to change, isn't it? Because my a is still 2x, so it's going to end up being 8x cubed. Look at this here, is this going to change? Well, the numbers are going to be exactly the same. We're still going to have a 3, we're still going to have a 2x there, but the b is going to be minus 3. So because the b is going to be minus 3, it's going to make this a minus, so it'll be minus, in the end, 36x squared. here, now yeah, we're going to have minus 3 here for b, but remember, we're squaring it. So when you square a minus 3, it'll become positive. So it'll become positive 9. So you get positive 27, exactly like that. So it'll become plus 54x. And finally then, b will be minus 3. So when you cube a minus, it becomes a minus 27. So what we do then, when we've got this, 2x plus 3 cubed, take away 2x minus 3 cubed. We'll write that expression right here. And then we'll take away the expression for this, which is here. Now I'm going to put that in the bracket because I want to take away all of this, right? So I'll put it in there. Okay, and what you'll find then is, and it is important to use a bracket because you need to remember you're taking away all of this. So what you'll find then is we can get rid of that bracket by just applying the minus to each term. So minus the 8x cubed, minus the minus, so minus times a minus becomes a plus, 36x squared, minus the 54x, minus the minus 27 is plus 27. 8x cubed cancel. You get 72x squared there. 54x cancels with that, and you get 27 becomes 54. So we've got to solve then 72x squared plus 54, because that's what this is. That's what that is, isn't it? Okay, and it's equal to 60x squared plus 90. So then get everything onto one side, okay, because that's what we're doing. We're solving this equation. So 72x squared minus 60x squared. I tell you what I'll do, I'll get the x squareds onto one side and I'll get the numbers onto the other side. I think that would make sense there if I do that. Okay, so this becomes 12x squared. That becomes 36. And then to get x squared, I'll just do 36 divided by 12. So x squared then will be 3. So it works out quite nice. And then to get x, of course, I've got to do plus or minus square root of 3, and it's job done. So basically either x is equal to square root of 3 or x is equal to minus square root of 3.